Peace, peace, peace. YouTube, what's poppin', what's poppin'? Welcome to a place to conversate. The place where we find answers together, learn from one another in order to grow together. I am your host. My name is Jalil. In just a few minutes, I'll be having my co-hosts, contributors to the channel joining me. Two good brothers with great minds and great perspectives I'm sure you will appreciate. Again, I want to welcome you to the show. I hope you're having a positive day. And if you celebrate the 4th of July, happy 4th of July, which is a great segue into the topic today. I'm asking the question, should African Americans, Black Americans, celebrate the 4th of July? I'll state my position in just a second, but before I do, I want to let my co-hosts introduce themselves. Gentlemen, it's on you.
Yeah. It's your boy CT Streets OGC at CT Streets OGC at Instagram. You can find me on IG. Former street dude / truck driver. You know, hailing from the good old state of Connecticut. Here with Jalil, doing the goddamn thing. Excuse my language.
No doubt, no doubt. Brother Ali, where you at?
I'm right here in Hartford, Connecticut. I'm Big Ali, and I'm on the program, and I'm from Connecticut as well.
All right. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, these are my brothers right here. You know what I mean? We've been doing this since the concrete. Taught me a lot, you know what I mean? So it's an honor to have them joining me right now, helping me build this platform. So, getting right down to it, you know what I mean? Because we don't have time to waste. The question once again is, should African Americans celebrate the 4th of July? I'm going to state my position first. Me personally, I say no. The reason I say no is because not until Black people can receive equal treatment as it relates to social injustice, police brutality, killings, lack of resources, and opportunities, I think we should not celebrate the 4th of July because there's nothing that we have in common with it. And I refer to the great Frederick Douglass in his speech that he gave, What to the Slave is the 4th of July, in 1852. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it's just an excerpt I'm going to read real fast. This is Douglass. The 4th of July is yours, not mine. You may rejoice, I must mourn. In this, Douglass states the hypocrisy of America. Americans can celebrate the spirit of resistance and revolt only when pertinent on how it won its independence, but not how America achieved and maintained its power through the rod and whip of slavery. Last note, I just want to state that Black people have fought in every war since the inception of this country, only to come back to a country that doesn't love them. I feel like if you're a Black in America, your freedom is conditional, not guaranteed. And on that note, I pass the mic. Whoever want to deal with that, Droop or Ali, it's on you.
Well, yeah, I'll take it on, man. I agree with a lot of what you said, yeah. And as far as the hypocrisy of America and us celebrating it's an hypocrisy considering that we were originally, the ones that wasn't really supposed to be receiving freedom or having freedom in this new world. So I feel as though, my personal opinion is it's just a regular holiday, something that shows us that it's almost the end of the summer and get back to school if you was a kid, But as far as the patriotism in it, I myself feel like I'm a deep patriot. I am a patriot, for this country, seeing that I was born here, but I really don't believe that we get the same privileges and opportunities as well, basically, America has made it perfectly clear who America is for when it comes to its citizens, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like we shouldn't necessarily, especially at this time in this world right now with what's going on, we should take a stand on trying to unite on patriotism if it's going to be hypocritical.
What's up, Ali?
My view, this Big Ali talking, and my view on it is much different. I think that all black people should take pride in their heritage, and that we've come this far with this country, and I really don't see where black people are in such bad shape. I mean, I know 250 years ago when the Constitution was signed, the Declaration of Independence was signed, it wasn't intended for people of color and people that look like me, but I feel the nation has come a long way since then. And then when you get to Frederick Douglass' time, 100 years later, which is still 150 years in the past, he got to see the end of slavery, which is progress being made in the country. And now, 150 years later, we all can say we've come a long way. And I think this is the day for everybody to recognize that.
So you feel the same as you would the dominant society, and feeling that this holiday means just as much to you as it does to them, as far as from a patriotic standpoint?
I don't really buy that whole dominant society. I think we got a perfect system. If we could just get people to work in the system the way it was designed to work, everything will be all right. But we got people who follow their own interests and follow their own greed, and they don't serve the people the way they're supposed to serve.
So I just want to push back a little bit, because I agree with you to the extent, yes, that we have come a long way since the days of Frederick Douglass, since the days that the Declaration of Independence was signed. But the reason I push back is to, in this day and time, and here in 2020, just coming off the gruesome murder of our brother George Floyd, seeing the horrific murder of Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, the brother in Atlanta just recently where the cop shot the brother in the back. Can't think of his name. His name keeps escaping me. And then we're dealing with finding out about our young brother Elijah McClain. So yeah, we've come a long way, and of course we have a long way to go. But I still feel that in this day and time, when we can be killed, at the hands of police, with impunity, I have to pull back a little bit on, rejoicing over independence as far as the 4th of July, until I feel I have the same equal rights under the Constitution as the next man, the other man. So that's where I push back in that regard, because I don't feel that, it applies to someone who looks like me as it does, someone who looks like, the dominant society, and how they feel about the holiday. I mean, coming up, I feel the same way as you guys. I enjoy the cookouts and the family, get-togethers and things of that nature, but I never felt no real connection to the holiday in itself where it really meant something to me as far as, from a patriotic standpoint or a patriotic perspective. It never, ever, as far as I can think back as a little kid, I never had no real connection to the holiday in itself. And I think just being young, realizing that it didn't apply to me as it did other people. I guess, that's about it. I never had no real connection to the holiday. So, and I don't know. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people will align themselves with both of you guys' viewpoints. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's a lot of black people out here who stand with Ali. I'm sure there's a lot of people that stand with you, Drew. But I just say, in this day and time where you can murder a black man in the street with impunity and nothing happens.
Yeah, but I'd like to argue that you can't murder a black man in the streets with impunity. I don't see the impunity. And where's the impunity? Those cops are in prison. The dudes that shot Ahmaud Arbery are in prison. I mean, I've not seen the impunity The times are changing from what they used to be. 50 years ago, you wouldn't even have heard about those killings. They would have never even made the newspaper, let alone anything. It wouldn't have been nothing. But now, you see the whole world came to a stop behind that George Floyd thing. You know what I'm saying? Over a black man, the killing of a black man. There was no impunity there.
Yeah.
But
Go ahead, Drew.
what about the fact that this is a fucking election year? And I keep using swears, but
It's all right. Just be, try to be mindful. We're gonna watch the algorithm as best we can. YouTube's real funny style. But go ahead, state your point.
nah, I'm just saying, we sitting here forgetting that this is all being politicized right now. Or the whole things that we're seeing and the viewpoints that we're getting. Because a lot of these things will be swept under the rug. Say it wasn't an election season, and say the person that wasn't in office and things of that nature. You know what I mean? A lot of these things we wouldn't be really even hearing about. So we hearing about things and they're trying to enrage us. And you know what? To me, honestly, personally, we all celebrate the 4th of July, whether we are being patriotic or not. It's patriotic to support the holiday. So if you are an American citizen living in this country and you are taking a day off, not having to work, and being able to go to your cookouts, and being able to unify with your family and things of that nature and your friends, then yeah, then we is celebrating the holiday. We just not celebrating it the same way.
True.
We're not celebrating it the same way as I would have to say the white folks. It's not necessarily our vision, that's being celebrated.
Same. I think that as a Black American, yeah, I only enjoy the holiday from the standpoint of what you said about, I enjoy getting a day off. I'm not going front. Yeah, I like that, But as far as feeling like I have any real connection to the holiday, I have to say I don't. I never have. And I think I never will. Until I feel that we have real equality in this country. Then I can truly say and enjoy what they celebrate as a Day of Independence. And and that's another thing. Why does it have to take hundreds of years for progress to be made for the black man when we can have people come over here from different countries and elevate over us in short periods of time?
We don't all have those same views. Even if it came down to change, black people more or less would rather prefer these white folks just to have some type of moral sense to them and honor their own creed and practice what they preach.
Ali, what's your position, good brother? I know you got a lot to say on this particular topic.
No, I just got to say that we all Americans, bro. It's a great country. No matter what you know what I'm saying, Drew, I'm surprised at you. You ride all over this country, up and down these roads that this country done built. You ain't built them roads, nigga. You ain't contributed to building them roads. You understand? That's put in place by the greatness of this country. You understand what I'm saying? You can go anywhere, do anything you want to do. You got the same rights. You was born with the same rights as anybody else. All you got to do is take advantage of them. That's all that's got to be done. All you got to do is just reach out and grab it. It's all right there on the table. Just reach out and grab what you want in America. That's how it works. It's a great country. It takes care of everybody, and it tries to correct its mistakes. It made mistakes in the past, but it goes out of its way to be fair to everybody that's here. And that's a citizen. And I love this country, and I think it's a great country, and that's all I really want to say.
I could agree with that, though. I could agree with what Ali's saying as far as, in contrary to what I'm saying.
But I mean, I believe in that side of the world too, the right side of the brain as well. I believe that motherfucking excuse my language, but I believe that this business and capitalism and things of that nature is, it's a good thing. I believe in that. You know what I mean? I believe that if you're willing to get up, yes, sir. Because I've taken advantage of that opportunity myself. You know what I mean? And
big time. I tried to explain to him the other day that he's a rich man. He wouldn't agree with me, but I'm trying to explain to him he's rich. Anytime you ain't worried about where your next meal is coming from, and you got a roof over your head and a car to drive and several TVs to watch and do what you like to do all day long, man, listen, I don't know what else you want, brother. But I support your right to seek and try to find your happiness.
Well, for one, let me just state, I am a capitalist. I believe in capitalism.
Yeah, don't forget about the right side of the brain, bro.
It's not that I'm throwing the baby out with the bathwater, but I just want to say that in the true sense of being a true American, I feel that the inequalities that black people still endure has to come to an end. We have to do something about it. In that sense, I don't feel we have the true recognition that we need when it comes to being recognized as true Americans or first-class citizens in that particular degree. Now, the sense of where I'm going is the fact whenever you can still suffer police brutality and police can kill you with impunity in the streets and still get away with it, I still feel that we're lacking in that sense, because in that degree we're still treated as fifth or sixth class citizens, not even second class citizens in this society.
Yeah, but you're using the word we and us real liberally. I mean, I told you before, I don't feel any kinship with the whole black race. I mean, the police have never killed me, not once. And so I understand that they kill people that have my skin color, but it's never happened to me, and it's never happened to you, and it's never happened to our friends Streets. So I don't know. All I know is that America's been good to me, and I celebrate the 4th of July proudly, and I salute the flag proudly. And
Patriot?
Huh?
As a patriot, though, do you celebrate?
I consider myself a patriot. I don't know really what a patriot means, but I believe in the Constitution and I believe in freedom that we enjoy here in America. You understand? The freedom to do whatever the hell you want to do. And then you still complaining. Gee, if you would talk to some of these people from Honduras and Africa and Bangladesh and see what they go through to get here and see how they worship America and would give anything, even their very lives, to get here, and they often do all the time, give up their life to get here. I feel you're disrespecting the country. I really do. I really feel like
a patriot, right? Here's the definition of a patriot, verbatim. Yeah. A person who vigorously supports their country and is prepared to defend it against enemies or detractors.
That's me. I didn't used to be like that. I didn't always feel that way, but as a grown man, I feel that way more and more every day.
Will you die for this country?
Huh?
Will you die for your country?
I don't know if I take it that far.
Then you're not a true patriot.
Yeah, but I don't think there's any cause that I was willing to give up my life for. I don't believe in any cause that's strong. I don't think I do. I haven't run across it if it's out there. I haven't run across it yet.
So then the patriotism that you're referring to is a facade then. It's just...
No, it's not a facade, but I'm just not willing to die for any cause. You understand what I'm saying? My life is very precious to me. In fact, it's the only thing I have, and I wouldn't lay it down for a concept. No, I wouldn't do that. I don't think I would.
Voluntarily.
Not voluntarily, no, hell no.
But he want to be a Patriot, supporting the Patriots. He want to support the Patriots. And that's what 4th of July is all about, right? Supporting the Patriots, right?
I'm supporting our country, and I'm supporting the Declaration of Independence from the hated British. I can support that. I can get behind that. You understand what I'm saying? This is a great country, man. Believe me. I know we got our problems, man. I know we got our problems, but I can look back on history and see progress. I can see it, whereas a lot of people can't see it. They just can't wait. They can't feel like we ain't made no progress. Yeah, terrible things happen. You understand? I don't believe that really is all about racism, though, when they killing blacks. I believe that's a systemic problem. I believe there's certain cops in the country that can get away with murder, and they know they can because of their union. And I believe it's all a union problem. The day we bust that up is the day we'll really get more justice for when the police kill people that of color or anybody else. Because white people go through it just as much as blacks do in this country.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right. We got to bust these unions up. We have to get in there. We have to take away qualified immunity, and we also have to take away these police pensions when they're able to kill people and resign and get fired and still walk away with hundreds and thousands of dollars. That's an issue. And as long as they can do that, they're still emboldened to kill black people with the drop of a dime, basically, without really any punishments or any punitive actions. So I agree with you 100% on that note. We got to get in there. And that's going to be a hard thing to do because police unions are one of the most powerful lobbying groups, along with Big Pharma, tobacco. They're one of the biggest lobbying groups in Washington. So it's going to be hard to break that up.
Not only Washington, the world, sir.
The world,
the
exactly.
The order of police goes around the world.
Wow.
Cops are all over the globe are in that.
You're absolutely
got too much
right.
power in America. As soon as a cop realizes he's just as liable for his actions as the ordinary citizen is, he'll change his ways.
Now, getting back to the point that you made about America being the greatest place on earth, I agree with you. There's no other place on earth that I'd rather live. You know what I mean? And I agree with you. You know, we do. We've come a long way, but I have to question why it takes so long for us to come a long way. But it still seems like we only get our...
Because, again, black people don't vote. I just read a statistic on the internet about 2 days ago that says black people vote at a rate of about 34%. 34% of black people vote.
Yeah, but think about the conditions that. Think about the conditions that black people are under, though, and it kind of gives an answer why we don't vote.
I don't know about why we don't, but if we voted 100% one way or the other, we would get more power in this country.
I disagree there, but
I agree with you on that. I think we have more.
34% of we're 13% of the society, so I don't know what those numbers are exactly, but it's certainly 50 or 60 million of us, more than that. You understand what I'm saying? And if we all voted the same way, it would be a miracle. But right now, as it stands, only 34% of us get up off our asses and bother to even go vote. So we will never have political power. You can forget about that. That's never going to happen.
That's the people contributed to the political system, though. Like 90, I mean, that shows that 70% of us are either incapacitated on that level, or just not, participating out of, either.
It's non-patriotism. That's what it is. It's non-patriotism. They don't give a fuck what happens, and they don't care what happens to them. They just sit back and let it all be inflicted on them, and then sit back and talk about how it's the other man doing this to him, and the other man doing that to him. But the other man is taking care of his business, and you not. You sitting back and letting it all wash over you like a wave. Whatever happens, you just go with the wave. Whoosh. It just washes right over you, and it don't make no difference what happens. You just sit back and say, and it's the white man. That damn white man gonna do it to us, yeah. Yeah, well, his white man voting, the Jewish man voting, the women is voting.
Yeah, but
so they get what they want.
I gotta push back there because of the simple fact that, yeah, you right to a certain degree. The white man's voting, the Jewish man's voting, the white woman's voting. But the reason their vote means something because they are economically strong, which makes them politically strong, which in essence makes them socially
because they cast it.
Makes them socially strong.
For what they want. That's why they vote means something because they vote for what they want.
They participate.
And they get enough people to vote with them, and that's the way you change this country. You don't change the country by sitting back belly aching about the white man. You change the country by getting up and going voting and putting your people in office. That's the way you change the country.
I agree with you to a certain extent that voting can cause effect, but I don't think that it can cause true effect until you have the economic power that you need to make voting work for you. If you're just doing it all willy-nilly, then it's not going to work. You know what I mean? People are voting, and they're voting against their best interests, giving away their vote for nothing for people that are going to do absolutely nothing for you. You know what I mean?
That's how I feel about the Republican Party. Giving up your vote for nothing. Because they ain't going to give you nothing, and they ain't offering you nothing. But law and order. That's all they got to offer you. More cops.
What is the Democratic Party offering you?
Nothing. More gays, more immigrants.
So, and you saying that, where do black people win then? How can we win? Even if you did vote.
We can't win. We're done. We can't win. We're out the game. We're out the game. We hit the showers and we back up in the stands. We just watching the game go. We're not even in the game no more.
Why do you,
there's no way for us to get back in it. It's closed at this point. The game is closed. We're lost. We're done. We don't even need to talk about black people no more.
Wow. So
what else? What option we got? We're gonna keep talking about what we need to do. We need to just integrate with the white people and just live their life. Try to live as best we can in America, and that's the only thing you can do.
Yeah, but how good did that do for Obama?
Here to live, huh?
How good did that do for Obama?
For who?
For Barack Obama.
What do you mean? How good did that do for him?
I mean, that's the perfect assimilation that you can, use as a reference as far as.
You can't get no. What else did it was? He came from a single mother and rose to the presidency of the United States. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't see a downside to that. He was the first black president. There'll never be another first black president.
He wasn't able to really progress on his agendas. And they fought him every day.
He got healthcare. That was one thing.
They fought him all the way, though. And the only reason why he was able to do that was because the Senate wasn't in the Republican hands at that point. You know what I mean? But they made sure.
And at the midterms, he lost the election. And then what Mitch McConnell say when he come in office? What did he say? When he took over as Speaker of the Senate, he said it's going to be the president, the one-term president, and we ain't going to work with him on nothing. Nothing.
Right,
we're going to be the party of no. That's what he said. We're going to be the party of no. We ain't working with him on nothing. So what can he do? But everybody holds him down and says he didn't do nothing for black people. But he did what he could do. You understand what I'm saying?
Which wasn't shit.
I'm saying that you talked about we need to just throw in the towel. The game is over, basically. So we need to just start acting like white people, or basically similar.
We need to integrate with white people. Just integrate with them and just breed with them and just breed the black race out of existence.
My question to you was, that's really
Damn.
cool, but my question to you was,
Jesus Christ,
what happened to Barack Obama, somebody who exemplified that idea, concept, and still made it to the top, and is vilified even to this day. You know what I mean?
Vilified. The only people that vilify him is black people, because they think black people don't understand how our system works. You understand what I'm saying? Black people think that if you become president, you just all of a sudden say, "I'm the president. This is the law now." It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. The president can't make no laws. He can't. He can only sign off on them. That's it. But black people think he's a king. Black people think a president goes in there and he's the king of the world now. Whatever he say goes. And it just doesn't work that way, man. It's a system that's in place that he has to work through.
Well, I totally disagree 100%. I say Obama was a white man in blackface. He didn't do a goddamn thing for black people, had no intentions of doing anything for black people. And I would say if it was any time in history that black people were to wake up politically, it was after the Obama administration. If that wasn't the most slickest dupe ever to be done to black people, then there was never a dupe ever to be done to black people, because he came through on hope and change.
I follow Barack Obama very carefully, man. I followed his career very carefully. And I never once heard him when he was running for president. I never once heard him say he was going to be president of black America. He was going to put black Americans on a pedestal. He was going to take care of black Americans first and foremost. He never ran on that. I never heard him say any of that. So he did it. He went in there. He passed health care. All black people benefit from that. All black people. You, me, everybody benefits from that. The first black president, I benefited from that personally. I benefited from that. That did my heart good to see a black face in there after 300 years of white faces in there. It did my heart good to see a black face in there. Nobody else won't stand up and admit that. I admit it. It did my heart very much good, and it changed my whole perspective on this country.
Hold that thought. Hold that.
People out of existence, but I bet you they feel like we need to live like white people live. That's the American dream right here. That's the American dream, is the way white people live. A lot of white people, but a lot of black people now too. A lot of people of all races. I don't even want to think like you think, where it's only white people. Some people of all races living good in America, living good off of America.
Yeah, but people, majority-wise, are doing better than black people on a collective.
Man, stop saying that shit. You sound crazy talking about that shit, black people. Fuck black people, nigga. What about you? How you living? How you living, nigga? Fuck black people, man. Let black people do whatever the fuck black people gonna do, man. You live the way you live. Live the best life you can live, nigga. Let everybody else do whatever the fuck they gonna do. You sound really crazy with that black people shit all the time. That shit don't sound right to my ears, man. Fuck black people, man. Black people ain't giving a fuck what I'm doing, so I certainly ain't giving a fuck what they doing.
Wow.
As long as they ain't doing it to me.
Phew. Jesus Christ.
I'm serious, man. Where is all this solidarity at? Where is it at, nigga? Go down through Philadelphia tonight, nigga. See how many black people sent to the hospital tonight, nigga. Go see.
Yeah, I hear you,
Go down
brother.
through Houston, Texas, nigga. Chicago. Go down through Detroit, Baltimore. See how many black people gonna send in there tonight. 4th of July night. See how many. That ain't white people sending them through there. That's black people sending them through there.
Yeah, I hear you, brother. I hear you.
But that's the truth, though, my dude. That's the truth.
Yeah, I mean, we got our issues, but, I'm not going to give up on my people, man. I don't think it's...
Let me tell you what you do there. I want you to move. Go ahead and back up and move to Cabrini Greens, nigga, in Chicago. Since you want to be around your black people so bad, you go ahead and go down on K Street in Washington, D.C. and live down there for a while. See how much you like your black people, nigga. You fucking be running to get your ass back to Elliott Street, nigga.
He do got a point, though, because niggas don't even live in the hood no more around here.
I don't want to live around no niggas, man. I don't want to live around them.
Well, I mean, there's a clear distinction between niggers and black people, so we have to be clear there.
But then you really now you dividing us up, and that's what these crackers did with this shit in the first place, in order to conquer easier that way. Now you know ignorance is a motherfucker, man, and that all it is, it's a lack of knowledge. So as far as that's concerned,
when we see ignorance in the street, it is colorblind. You know what I'm saying? Because there is a lot of people out here who have an 8th or 5th grade education, my nigga.
No doubt. You talking to one of them. I got a GED, but I don't feel like I'm educated in no type of way, man. You know what I'm saying? And I know that that's nobody's fault but mine. Because teachers put that as, that's how the American system works. They'll put it there. Either you grab it or you don't. You understand? Either you take it or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't get no education. I had my opportunities, but I passed my opportunities up to be a little onion-headed knucklehead.
So basically, what you saying is the fact that I say that black people should, can, and deserve to do better. That's something wrong with that. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying, you, my brother, you think about yourself and your people, man, your circle, man. That's all. This tribal on that level. This tribal to that level, man. You and your people, and that's it, man. You understand what I'm saying? One of my people got a problem, I got a problem. But other than that, I'm not associating myself with the whole black race, man, and I'm not like, you understand? I see certain shit I don't like or whatever, but
I mean,
you know, motherfucker ain't never choked me to death. They ain't never killed me, nigga. Not once, not one time.
We clearly not one monolithic group. Now, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think sometimes it works against us, sometimes it works for us. So
it works against it as a whole, though, because we can't all come together.
That's what I said. And that's why we're doomed. That's why we're doomed. Doomed. We got no power, we're doomed.
When you look at it,
get there.
When you look at
everybody talking about some kind of hope. We ain't got no hope. Where? What hope? What hope do we got?
Calm down, brother. Calm down. Now. We gonna work it out. That's why we got this platform, man. We gonna work and search for the answers together. You know what I mean? For people who have that same type of energy, who feel that we doomed, man, I'm here to shine the light that we not doomed. We got some hope somewhere, man. We still got the future. We got youngins coming up. We got to teach these youngins.
We got a future, but I say we got to take the future in a different direction, man.
Absolutely. And I know you're a staunch opponent against the idea of reparations and things of that nature, but that's one of the reasons I'm a staunch proponent for it, because I think that
I knew you was gonna come out with that.
That's necessary in order for us to move forward and achieve these type of goals that we're trying to achieve. And true indeed, everybo's not going to come along with us. Everybody's not ready. But for those people that's ready,
50 million Americans, 34% of that is. I mean, how much you said we have? 15%.
He said we 13% of the population.
And only 34% of us vote.
So 350 million, that's not even 50 million. That's just under 50 million probably. You know what I mean? Of us in this country, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where does our vote now? If you say that the rest is split down the middle, so the 87% left is split down the middle, white and with right and left, right? How do we tip the scales? Because
we could tip the scales if we all voted together. We could tip the scales. Because if the elections is close in this country, we could tip the scales. If all of us voted together 100% or even 90%, even 80%, if we voted together as a block, we'd be like the Jews, nigga. We'd have our own country and we'd have every fucking thing we want.
And that's why we do them, because you saying that we don't, and motherfucking the white.
We vote at 34%, and that's not even all going one direction. That goes in both directions.
Exactly.
13% of blacks voted for Trump.
Exactly. And that's my whole point, because black people throw their vote away and don't get nothing back for it. And then I think another reason that these polls or the survey that you just stated shows is a true testament to the fact that black people are becoming more and more disenchanted with this political process, and they see that voting don't get us no fucking way.
It's getting us somewhere, though. It's getting us somewhere. I'm seeing that as I watch the news, man. I'm telling you, watch the news nowadays. Every mayor is a black woman. Every police chief is a black woman. It's getting us somewhere. It's getting us somewhere. Nowadays, cops get fired when they do something stupid. You understand? Off the rip. That's a change. It may not seem like it, but that's a change from just even a couple years ago. That's a change even from Michael Brown days. Nowadays, cops get fired and they can get arrested immediately because now the police chiefs are black. You understand? The mayors are black.